like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers. Those viewers join this growing community. They post their tips and tricks, or they can post requests, which I'll personally review and I'll share with everyone. Now, let's not waste any time. I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month. Thanks very much. Keep it up. On to the show. The intro is very simple. Professional games, zero code. That's exactly right. No code. Just everything will be done inside Blender. So, if you're not familiar with Blender, is that in the past it came with a game engine. It uses nodes, but it wasn't popular because number one, it wasn't maintained. I mean, it didn't keep up. It was dated, and number two is the license, because Blender itself is licensed under the GNU public license. So a lot of game developers, they shied away from it. So what happened is it got forked. It's called the Blender game engine. They still keep updated. I've done a tutorial on it. They keep updated, with meaning like the latest Blender 5 series, they still it works. Obviously they have modernized and things. Obviously it still doesn't have things like sample mobile development, and I think web as well, but people are working on it, so that's fantastic. Now, Armory 3D is a separate project, and it works inside Blender. You download it, and I'll show you how. That's what we're going to do today. So modern game developments force creators into tedious and repetitive export cycles. You lose precious time and creative momentum during every single asset transfer. Traditional workflows act like a heavy anchor on your innovative digital projects. This fragmented approach kills productivity and destroys your focused artistic flow state. I'm sorry about my voice, because I stopped drinking water for a while there, and everything was fine, but I started drinking just a little bit more water, and then obviously, especially in winter, because it's so dry, it dries your throat. So I'm trying to drink less water until spring. Hopefully, then my fruit trees grab some fruits in there, but we'll see. So imagine building entire interactive worlds without ever leaving your primary viewport. Armory 3D integrates directly into Blender to eliminate every single technical barrier. It utilizes the lightning-fast Haxe language for incredible cross-platform performance. This secret weapon allows you to deploy high-end games instantly today. The engine leverages the powerful cycles and EV rendering pipelines seamlessly. Your final game looks exactly like your original high-quality 3D workspace. Logic nodes provide a virtual programming interface for rapid functional prototyping. You can build complex interactions without writing a single line of code. Now, I do remember people used to dislike the node-based system, but now it's really popular. I mean, for example, even stuff like AI, the Comfy Writes, one of the most popular, if not the most popular open source tool for local AI, I mean, like image and video generation. Isn't that interesting? Right? So Blender was really ahead of the game way back then. All right, so professional, creative, technical synergy. The full integration means physics, lighting, calculations happen inside Blender. You see real results immediately while you adjust your 3D mesh data. This setup creates a unified environment for artists and technical developers. No other tool offers this level of professional, creative, and technical synergy. So what that means is that you can pass the it can start with some prototyping, and then you can go to the artists, the same blend file, and then finally you can go to the game developers to do all that stuff. So just the same simple pipeline, very simple. Or you can share obviously assets as well, really nicely. All right, so I'm going to end right here, and I am going to now segue into a dilem.store. Oops, that's the, what in the world was there? I pressed tab key and then it went to idylum.store. That is super weird. What the? What is going on here today? Idylum.store. Okay, so idylum.store, ideal.em.store. I have, I guess I'm promoting my algorithmic serpent. It's a novelette. It's a psychological thriller. I'll talk about it a little bit later in the after the tutorial. And then I also have this book called The Recession Business Blueprint. That's a guide to help you start a business during a recession. When you're recession right now, that's the best time to start a business. It's a full book. That's why you see here I made sure to show you it has way more pages than the novelette. So you can pick both of them up on Amazon. They are available right now. I said I'll go more details later. All right, and then if we scroll to the bottom here, you have this. I couldn't come up with a name, so for now and for this foreseeable future, it's going to be called Temp Email Service. And you see, it gives you a 5-minute email. So this email is obviously dynamic created. So I'll give you an example. If I refresh the page, it's gone, right? So this email, you have 5 minutes, and obviously, when you sign up for those annoying services, anything like that, you can just use this one, and then your email will show up down here. If you need to extend it, you can send it up to 3 times. Then it's gone forever. Okay, so. And then I need to tell you very briefly that ojamboshop.com has been revamped. It's no longer offering courses. It's now just going to offer a free do-it-yourself blueprints for building. As you can see, there's only 3 categories: backyard structures, small living, and woodworking projects. As you can see here, this is what it's going to be going forward. So everything is free. You don't have to pay money or anything. If you want to ask you to pay money or anything, it's going to be free. So that's it. So you pick a project. For example, on this project, you can read the article, and then you can also download the PDF blueprints. All free. Everything is free. All right. So back to here. And I'm gonna go to I'll show you. So when I tried to get when I was writing the article for this, I noticed that Armory, it only works with the latest, the long-term support release of Blender. So what you need to do is you need to go to blender.org. Okay. You go to blender.org, don't get the latest version or don't get the beta version. Make sure you get the long-term supported release. For example, at the time of this recording, it's 4.5, which came out last year at the time of this recording. So what you do is, you go here, you go to download. You'll see they give you a couple of options. You can download, which will be the latest one, or you can go for looking for LTS. So make sure you go to LTS, excuse me, LTS. And then you see LTS releases currently maintained. Right now, the only one they currently maintain is 4.5 LTS, and there's also supporting 4.2 LTS, but that one is only going to be until July of 2026. So that's roughly what, just over 3 months from the time of this recording. So I recommend you get, obviously, 3.6 is no longer supported. That finished last year. So I would get 4.5 LTS, download this one. Only if it's in your repo or you already have it, you're good to go. I repeat again, don't get the latest version, which is 5.01. That one will not work. Trust me, I tried. Okay, so make sure you get that one. So just you can click on it and you see, just go to download. There's several ways you can download it. You see this one is supported until 2027 at the time of this recording. You can several ways you can get it from Steam, Microsoft Store, Snapcraft, and you can get the source code if you want and compile it yourself. So there we go. So this is the one you see, 4.5.7 LTS. It came out in February of 2026. That's the one I downloaded. And you see you have Linux, Mac OS, Intel, and Apple Silicon. And for Windows you have the portable version, you have the installer, you have 2 versions for the ARM installer and the portable version as well. Okay, so once you have that, next we go to amri.org. Amri 3D. You see here 3D content creation tools. There's Armor Paint. There's this one, the one we want the engine, so this is the one we want, so click on that one, and as you can see it says create games in Blender, 3D games, and you can see the type of 3D games you can create, Blender integration, etc. So you can go so the URL for that one is amri3d.org. obviously it's an open source platform as well, and you can see it's available for, I think this is the Windows logo, this is Linux, Mac and Android, and there we go. So we can also go to, let's check out the GitHub page as well, since we're here. So you can look at the code here, and the license is under the zlib license. So I haven't actually done this zlib license, so I think I should do that's another one I can also do in the future. And you can see it came out 2 weeks ago, so I believe that's the version I have. Yeah, that's the one I have, 2026-2, just at the same time the new minor release of Blender came out as well. So that's, you can go and download that one as well. All right, now I downloaded everything, and what I did was I put it into a folder here. So I'm going to show this folder to you guys. I don't know how okay, so you can see here, I put it here. So as you can see, Amri 2602, that's at the time of this recording, that's the latest version, and the Blender one is here as well. So you see I already have Blender 4.5.7 here. I already extracted, I also extracted this Amri version as well. Now I have a bunch of stuff already for testing, but don't worry about that. Actually, I probably will delete. It won't matter. I'll create some new stuff. So this stuff doesn't matter. I was just testing this for the in order to create the tutorial. All right. So what you do is very simple. Okay, it's very simple. So I'll show you how to do it. So basically, when you download the Blender, extract it. Or if you have if it's supported in your distro, just grab Blender, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to double click on Blender here, and this should open up. Give it a few seconds. You see Blender is opened up. You see it's this version is 4.5.7. So you're able to run multiple versions of Blender at the same time. So in this case, the one we want is 4.5.7. I said run more time. Don't get the latest version, because I mean, unless at the time of the record, after this recording, the latest version is obviously an LTS. Make sure Amri supports it. Okay. Then with with Blender opened up here, I don't know what will happen there. Okay, so I need to make this a little bit smaller just to show people who are joining us on small screens. All right. So the first thing you do is you go to edit, and then you go to preferences, then you go to add-ons. You go to add-ons. Under add-ons, this is the thing that really confused me because they changed stuff. You can see I already have Amri installed here. So what you do is you click this little down arrow here, and then you see it will give you two options. To get an add-on, you can refresh local, or you can get it from install from disk. So you pick your option, obviously from install from disk, because I already downloaded it. And then you just point it inside the Amri folder. There's a Python file inside there. I'll show you that again when you go there, and then that's it. See Amri, and then you enable it. There's no other. There's some options here, but I just left it as the default. You see, it already found the SDK path. And you see, as I said, it just pointed to the Amri Python file. That's all you need to do, and you're good to go. So let's see, if we go back to system here, another thing I want to tell you is that if you're running a later version of Blender, you can see here under display graphics, preferences, display graphics, I've made sure I pick, you can use OpenGL or Vulkan, so I use Vulkan because my GPU is able to handle it. So I want Vulkan, and then because Vulkan can work on the CPU, can work on integrated graphics and dedicated graphics. So here, you see for me, I have three options. This one here, the Renoir, that's the integrated graphics and all that one. This is the dedicated one, that's my AMD Instinct MI60, so that's the one I want, the bigger 20. And then you see this one, LLVM pipe. This is going to be soft. It's going to be on the CPU. That's going to be the slowest. I don't want that one, so that's why I don't auto check it. Make sure you pick your one. And then these are the other settings. I'm just going to leave the other settings as default here. This memory cache is a little bit small, but that's perfectly fine for what we're going to do. It's more than enough. Okay. You don't need to restart Blender or anything. You can get going. So with that, now that the Armory game engine is what do you call it? The Armory game engine is what do you call it? The Armory game engine is installed, so everything is good. You can also change the code editor, but I'm going to use it by default. We use the system default one, so I didn't show you that as well. So what I mean by that is, if we go back to our preferences, we go back to add-ons. If we expand this Armory here, it will give you a few options. You see, if I scroll down here, it will say show advanced is perfectly fine. You see it says code editor. You can specify what code editor you want. So it's going to use the system default. I believe in my case it's probably going to be Guinea, or it's going to be text editor. That's what I was going to say. Now it says here the path to FFmpeg and stuff like that. That's all up to you. Now I'm on Linux, so just FFmpeg on command line and also works. I don't need to actually specify its path there. But I'm guessing if you're on Windows, you probably have to do that. Or if you're somewhere else. Alright, so next let's act. So the default cube is already selected, so you can select it. What you do then is let's go here to the physics tab. In the which one is the physics tab? This is the physics tab. The properties, bring up the physics properties. So what we're going to do is I'm going to choose rigid body. So I've chosen rigid body, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, under the type, I'm going to leave it as active, and then what I'm going to do is the collisions, under collisions here, see it says collisions, the shape, I'm going to change this to box, because it is a box, let's be honest. Okay, so now you will see why I did that. So now what I need to do is, oops, I don't want to do that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, but okay, that kind of works. Actually, does that work? Yeah, that was weird. I didn't mean to do that. There's one thing I dislike about doing that is like I can't go back and change it, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, in my layout, I'm going to click add, and I'm going to add a mesh. Where's mesh here? Mesh. I'm going to add a plane. Where's the plane? Oh, plane. I'm going to add mesh plane. Okay. Now this plane, I'm going to scale it up a little bit. So we go to the properties, object properties. I'm gonna scale it up about on the x-axis, because it's a 2D object. So in x, I'm gonna scale up about 5, and in the y, I'm going to scale up 5. There's no z, so it doesn't make sense because it's a flat image. By the way, if you're on if you join the live chat, your live chat will appear here. As you can see, the stuff from Kik. So I need to. Yeah, it looks like I have some spam chats here as well from here. So let's get rid of those. All right, so all right, back here. So yeah, so then so as you can see here, I can also change the location. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll leave it there because I'll just change the position of our cube. I'll leave it there for now. Obviously it's like half. That's perfectly fine. So then what I do, I need to add because now you see our plane is selected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the physics for the plane. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to also pick a rigid body, and then this time the type I'm going to choose passive, and then what I'm going to do is under collisions I'm going to change it to, you can change it to box or mesh. So yeah, you can change it to box or mesh. I'm just going to pick box just to be consistent. You can pick box or mesh. And then you see surface response here. We're going to change it to, we're going to change the bounciness. You see right now it's set to 0. We're going to change it to 0.8. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my cube, hit G to grab, and I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect right there. So I'm sure you guys know what we understand what happened. So that when this drops, it just bounce off our plane here because they both are rigid. All right, next thing is I still have my cube selected. I should go to the shading workspace. Shading here, shading workspace. You see it's like a default grayish color. So we can add some, we can give it a, some colors if we wish. So as you can see here, by default it's white. Here we go, it's white. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the color. Let's move this here a little bit so you guys can see. So the base color, I'm going to change it to, maybe a bluish, purplish color. So there you go, just so it stands out. And then for the roughness, I'm going to change it to 0.2 from the default 0.5. And then the metallic, you see it's set to 0. I'm going to change that to 0.6. Okay. Now, if you want to see what's going on, in order to save on resources, by default it uses the, what type of shading does it? It uses this shading. You see this one is the viewport shading material preview. Or you can go to something like this one, which is the rendered. But that's perfect. I mean, I can see the colors. It stands out. That was the entire point of this what do you call it? Of this exercise. Now, I'm gonna grab the plane. See, now I've selected the plane. What I'm going to do is I would also like to add a texture to that plane. So what I'm going to do is you can go back to the, so let's go back to the layout view. Here's the layout view. So you can also click on, what is it here, material. You see there's no material, you just click new. There you go. Now it has a material. So let's go to the layout. There's a couple ways you can do this. Let's go to not layout, shading again. We go to the shading. Now you see those. Now it's also white, but we clearly don't want it white. So we're going to add a image texture instead. So let me put this just a little bit here. So click add. Then we go to texture. The texture we want is, well, the texture color. I think it's an input. The way they group this stuff is kind of. I might have to search for it. I thought it'd be under texture, image texture. So click image texture. And this is the one here. Oops, right there. Image texture. Obviously, color will go into color, base color here. Now, the reason you saw it turn black is because I haven't picked an image yet. So what I do here, I just click open. and then I'll go to my pictures. I think I do have a texture here somewhere. Hue, no, that's not it. Tiled wood. Yeah, here it goes, tiled wood. So I'm gonna pick this one. Here we go. Now you can see what happened here. You see the textures there, just to show you. Okay. Now, I think I also have a normal map, so I can also add a normal map, and then just plug it into. Yeah, like see, there's a normal here as well. So I don't know. So I'm gonna pick another image texture, or I can take this one and duplicate it. But I'm just gonna go to add again, and go to texture, image texture. Okay, put it here, and grab that and put it into normal. I'm not sure if I have a normal map for this, for that texture I just picked, but we'll go check it out. The JPEG one. Oh yeah, I do. So you see, I do have. Here we go. I do have a normal map. Ah, there we go. So I do have a normal map. All right. So now I have a normal, and the normal goes into normal here. Okay. So that. Oh, I forgot to save. You should always save your work as well. Let's go here. Go to File. I go to Save As. And you see, so this one is going to be a tutorial. Just a tutorial. Tutorial. Don't blend. Okay. Because if something obviously acts up, we can always recover. All right. Now we're going to add some animations, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's go back to the layout. And here's our layout. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. So you see by default it's, because you can't see this, I'll show you, make this a little bit bigger, there we go. So it's at frame 1. You see frame 1, our friend is up, our cube is at this position. So what you do is, oops, looks like it stopped. Why did it stop? The webcam stopped for some reason. The old Android phones. Let me see if I can set it up again. I don't know why it stopped. Okay, it looks like it's running again. The phone just said the webcam, or whatever it says, whatever the app has stopped. That was super weird. So I'm back. All right, so where were we again? Oh, animation. Yeah. So obviously I've selected the plane. I don't want to animate the plane. The one I want to animate is this guy here. So obviously you can animate another product. That's all up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the I key. So what's going on? Why can't I? Oh, it already put one in here. That's not what I want. So I want to delete that one. Okay, why can't I delete that? Yeah, that's weird. Oh, okay. So I'm in the wrong place. What I should do is, let me go to properties. There we go. So I need to go here. I guess I need to go to 1. Okay, there we go. And I need to delete this this frames, because there are no more frames. So what I want to do is I want to hit the keyframe. You see it says keyring here, so you see keyframes and stuff like that. Okay, so click this guy. If I click the I key, why in the world didn't it give me options? Am I crazy? I thought when you click I, it would tell you what you want to do: key, rotation, scale, stuff like that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to redo that again. I think I might have to do this manually, or maybe because it's the space. I don't know. I haven't used 4.5 in a while. So I think if I go here, add object, is there a keyframe here? Let me see if there's a keyframe. Animation. Yeah, here we go. Animation. Yeah, it's a letter I. Or maybe it's capital I. Let's click that. Huh, that's weird. That must be a bug. Because before it will ask you what type of keyframe you want to do. Okay, it doesn't matter. Then I'm gonna go to 60, or you can type 60 here as well. Okay, so at 60, I'm going to do a rotation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to rotate this. Is this even working? Something's weird here. Let's rotate it 60. And what is it here? G to grab. Okay, then I'm gonna hit I. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay, that doesn't seem to work. Okay, I don't know. Well, okay, whatever. I don't know why I can't. I don't know if it's a bug or something. It's supposed, yeah, it's not rotating. It could be OBS or something. I don't. Usually, when you press I key, it will ask you what type of rotation you want to do, like the scale and etc. But okay, so that's good enough. It will just go down. That's good enough. I don't want to waste time on this. All right. So next, we can add some other properties. For example, we can add Amri traits. So I'll show you how to do that. So what we do is here, if you blink, you might miss it. There's actually something called we go to the objects. I think I'm in the here my objects. You see here down here it says Amri traits. So if you have specific things you want to do for Amri, you can add here. For example, you can add a trait, you can add a node, and then you can control the node. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So here I'm going to add a trait. So I'll click add trait, and the trait I want to add is a node, and I press OK, or nodes. Press OK, and then I'm going to give it a name because right now it doesn't really have a name. So I'll give it a name. It's so hard to see. Why can I add a name to it? I don't know, maybe there's no space. Okay, I'll just leave that as well. I don't have time right now. So then what I need to do is I'm going to add a new tree. I'm going to call this one XYZ. XYZ. It's an XYZ. Okay. Press OK. There we go. And then this is the weird thing about Blender. So what you need to do next is on the bottom left, you see this little arrow here? Yes, that little arrow. Yeah, you have to expand it, and then what you do, or you can click, is it this one? See, you can this is how you can move all the traits if you need to. So what you do now is what is it here? I need to add an input. I think this is too small. I might have to make this bigger. Is it? Oh. Where's the? Oh, is this one? No, that's a reverse. Where in the world is the? Left editor, node editor. Oh, okay, yeah. So I have to bring up the node editor. So you see down here, I have to bring up the node editor. So I think I have to scroll this up. is the node editor? Oh, I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click here, and there should be a node. It's called the node. What's it called? Node. Logic node editor. Here, logic node editor. So this is the logic node editor. I know. Usually it's down. I apologize because I'm used to working on a 4K screen, so this is really small, even though it's 1080p. All right. So then what I do here, I need to add an input. So just click new here, and then which one we want here? Oh, I did that wrong. So let me get rid of that. So yeah, so go to add. I think I have to pick the one. Oh, here, this one. Yeah, here we go. So XYZ, that's one. So we want XYZ, and then so XYZ. I just click add, and then this time I want to add an input. So I want to add a keyboard. It's really tiny, trust me, even on a 4K it's really tiny. So I'm going to zoom in here, so oops, guess I should put it here. Okay, so you see there, what I do want is, I want the down arrow. I want the down arrow, so that's actually correct. So so the type is down, and what is it here? The keyboard typing goes down, and the key here I'm gonna pick right. Where is right? There we go. Right. And then we're gonna add an add here, and I'm going to add a, which one is it we add here this time? Action. Where is it here? Search. Okay, so I'm gonna go to search. You have to click the search, and I'm gonna look for where is it here? I'm gonna look for the action. So the action I want is translate. Let's see, maybe I have to type the word translate. Translate object, that's what I want, translate object. So here's the translate object. So what I do is, now that I have this guy, so the translate object, this guy here, before it says object, you see you can you pick Q, okay? And then the vector X, this one here, just make it 0.1. Okay. Then after that, our keyboard here down. So we take the out to the in of the translate object, and then the keyboard state, we're going to take it to the we need to put it into the gate input 1. So I'll show you how to do that. So we might need to add we might need to add something else in here, but I think we should be able to simply take this state to, or I think this is it here. No, state state to get input 1. So I think that's the input 1 here, if I'm correct. I think that's it. And you know what? I think I took a screenshot. I don't know if I took a screenshot. So then, yeah. So what should happen is, am I missing something? Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Translate. Oh wait, I think I need to put that. Oh, sorry. This is wrong. I need to put a gate. So I need to add a gate. So let me go and add a gate. I'll go to the search here. Yeah, I need to add a gate. There we go. That's what I was missing. So the state goes into the in of the gate. Am I right? Keyboard out goes to gate in, and then the gate true goes to. Oh no. So there's a couple things here. So okay, did I mess this up? Okay, sorry. The out goes into the in of the gate. This is actually. There we go. So this state of this one goes into the input one here. And then the true of the gate goes into the in. There we go. So this shouldn't be there. There we go. So that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, got it now. Okay, so keyboard down. I chose right. So then the out, keyboard out goes to the gate in. The keyboard state goes to input 1. Okay, and then the gate true goes into the in of the translate object, and the vector is set to 0.1. Hope that makes sense. All right, hope that makes sense. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just in case you guys can't see this. I'm going to zoom. Oops, what did I change to? Okay, there we go. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll make them smaller here. Oh, hey, come on. Okay, and smaller. Okay, there we go. Is it the control key or alt key? Okay, so there we go. Basically, oh, let me make sure the keyboard is right. Okay, back here, make sure this was set back to where is right. Right, there we go. So the keyboard out goes into the gate in, keyboard state goes into input 1 of gate. Gate true goes into translate object in, and then the vector is set to 0.1. So I'm sure you guys understand what's going to happen here is the keyboard down means when you press the keyboard down. The right means the right key. So if I press the right key, what's going to happen is it's going to move 0.1 to the right. Okay, simple enough. Got it. All right, so let's make sure we save this. Okay, now you can press F5 or you can click the play button. So you see there's a play button here. So I'm going to click the play button. You see it says play and it says the shortcut is F5. So I'm going to hit the play button here and see what happens. So you see here is our guide. Now if I'm going to press the right key. Why is that not working? Is it very slow or something? Why is that not working? Okay, so that is clearly not working. I don't know why. So let me make sure I didn't do anything stupid here. One more time. Out, in, state here, down, down, down. And I did save this. Yeah, and there's a Q. That is correct. Yeah, save. I made sure I save. So sometimes you might need to play clean code and the code editor and project folder as well. I don't know why that didn't work. So everything is perfectly fine. Out goes to in. Gate 1 and true. True means I'm pressing it. So or maybe I was being impatient. Maybe I need to make this bigger. I don't know. But that's yeah. This is X, Y, Z. And our object here is the object is a cube. Yeah, that's correct. It's a cube. There's only one cube, which is this one. It's the one already pre-selected, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, let's go to 0. Let's try this again and see what happens. Okay, there we go. You saw it drop down, and you see, because you saw the physics work, right? So now this means this was that frame 60. Now, right, is it moving? I don't think it's moving at all. No, I'm pressing the right key, it's not moving. Oh, I don't know why that's not working. But yeah, so the only thing that, yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, I have no idea why that's not working. You know what? I'm going to, where does it go to 100 here? I'm going to stop this at frame 60. I think, yeah, I'm gonna stop this at frame 60. I don't know why it's keep on going like that. Stop it at frame 60. Hopefully it stops. And make sure I save this. Oh, you know what? I do have the one that does work. Maybe I'll open that one. I did save it twice. So let's try one more time. If it doesn't work, I'll open up the other one, the one I did for the tutorial, and we can see. Yes, it's not working. Okay, that's fine. So what now, because it's a blend file, let's open up the other project. So open recent. I think it was this one, cube test. Yeah, cube test. So let's see cube test. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, it's the same. You see, it's the same thing. Keyboard out. It's right down. Yeah, in. Oh, equal. There, I forgot to change this to equal. This is my problem. I forgot to change this to equal. I think that's the thing. So let's go check it out. That could probably be it. Tutorial. No, it's still equal. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll grab the one that I know does work. Hit do not save. So this one I know does work. Yeah, so this one does work. So let's play this one. What's going on here? I don't know what, I honestly don't know what's going on. I don't know why. What is it? This is so weird today. I don't know why it's being a pain. This does work. Like, I tested it to create the tutorial. Like, I wrote it up and I saved it for a reason. I'm just blown away that it's not working now. And make sure it's using the correct voice system. Yeah, it's using my Vega 20, but it's not. I don't know if it's like OBS is using up so many resources, or maybe it's just running in RAM or something. I have no idea why it's not working. Like, trust me, it does work. Like, I literally made sure it worked, and this animation is not even working. For example, there's supposed to be an animation. Where is it here? Nothing wants to work. What is going on here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, okay, I'll go back to the tutorial, the one we did today. Don't save. I'm going to remove this. What is wrong with this? Like, didn't I save this? I said at 60. Oh, this. Okay, this part here. That's. Oh, the end. Okay, I'll change the end to 60 as well, and I'll hit save. Let's try if this will work. Maybe that's a problem. Yeah, something is clearly wrong. It's like not even. It's okay. So I don't know. There's something wrong with the graphics or something. I don't understand, because the GPU is not used for anything else. So I don't know what's going on. There must be a glitch. Yeah, there must be a glitch. So I don't know. I literally don't know what's going on. I don't know what this is here as well. There must be some glitch, but it does work. It clearly does work here. I don't know why it's being a pain right now. You know what, let me change this to a bigger number. I'll change it to say 0.5. And let's move this up. Okay, there we go. I'll hit save. At least you see it dropped to the bottom. See it? Okay, we can see that. Now I'm gonna press the right key. Nope, it's not working. I don't know, it must be a bug. I guess I must have, as usual, when I do these tutorials, the bugs do happen. But it's actually pretty smooth. I didn't run into these issues. And as you saw, it's exactly the same. So I don't know why it decided to act up today for some inexplicable reason. It's being a pain. Let me try to remove the. I'm going to try to remove all this. Okay, so there we go. There's no. I've removed the keyframes. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Okay, is it gonna work this time? No. So the keyframes are not the issue. It's refusing to. It's completely refusing. The right key is not working. Yeah, the right key is not working. Let me try a different key and see if that's. So maybe something's wrong with my key. I don't know, but okay. So this time I'm gonna pick a different key. I'm gonna pick the. Let's pick the left key. Okay. We're here. Hit save and clean. So I'm gonna clean all the cache data. You clean the object and play. Oh, it came on. What's weird? It came on a different screen. So let's see. Left. No, left is not working. Yeah, left. So something is weird. And I don't have time. So anyways, I'm gonna end that. Yeah, I must have somehow got a something is interfering with it working properly. I have no idea what it is, so I apologize for that. But it does work. Trust me. That's why I did save. I literally saved a version that works. That's how I created the tutorial. But for some reason, I mean the article, I wanted to make sure things work, and they're working smoothly. But for some weird reason, it's refusing to work. It's just refusing to work today. So I am just going to stop that, and let's finish up this tutorial, not to waste too much of your guys' time. Let's put this here. Okay, so actually, is there something issues? Let's see. Maybe somebody mentioned something. Support, help me install. No, tiny holes, small issue. Toggle consider. Yeah, so that's okay. So it looks like my particular issue is not here. Maybe I'll file bug request later. All right. So if you want to master the professional stack, I do have books. They're available on Amazon. You can search for Editor Jumbo. The links are in the description. I also have blueprints. I don't know why this says courses. I guess this must be an old article. Oh, that's really bad. It's actually, as you saw, it's blueprints now. If you remember, it was a Jumbo Shop. Yeah, Jumbo Shop only does blueprints now. So that's the old. It's pivoted away from the courses. It only does DIY blueprints in these three categories: backyard structures, small living, and woodworking plans. You can visit this site is officially launched today, so you can go, and there's a lot of there's at least 2 pages. There's going to be a lot more coming up for a while, so do visit it. Okay, and then if you need one-on-one tutorials, you can contact me at ojambo.com/contact, or if you need consultation, so jamboservices.com/contact. So here's a comparison table for modern game engine performance metrics. Blender native, obviously it's full. The coding framework uses Haxe. I think this is I was going to say Pascal, but I think it's a different programming language. The software license, obviously it's open source, and you saw it's a zlib license, which I will probably in the future I'll also do. Maybe, you know what I think I'll do? I'm gonna be dedicated where once a month I write about an open source license, and that'll be a pre-recorded thing. I think that's what I'll do to help everybody else. So breaking free from proprietary ecosystem. Most developers remain trapped in expensive and proprietary software ecosystems. You can break free by adopting a streamlined open source development pipeline. The underlying technology utilizes a specialized version of CAR framework. This ensures your projects run smoothly on mobile and desktop hardware alike. WebAssembly support allows you to publish your interactive content to browsers. This expands your potential reach to billions of global internet users instantly. The community provides constant updates and new features for all active users. You gain access to a cutting-edge tool set built by dedicated experts. So as you can see here, I was in line. I said that when I create this article, I made sure it works. So what I do is if something doesn't work, I don't create an article. So I'm saying that I make sure it works first before I create the article. And I said clearly it was working, and that's why I was able to create this article, right? So the conclusion and future outlook: stop compromising your vision with limited tools and slow software interfaces. Omni 3D represents the future of integrated real-time interactive 3D content creation. The learning curve is significantly shorter than other mainstream development platforms. You already know the interface if you understand basic Blender navigation tools. Start your journey towards becoming a top-tier technical creator right now. Download the latest version to unlock your full game development potential today. The results will speak for themselves through the polished final digital products. This is the ultimate secret for modern tech and gaming enthusiasts. I have one thing to say about that. Is one of my viewers asked why I don't for some of the content I put out in video form, why I don't pre-record it. And I was telling them that doing things live will expose if there's any issues, right? So for example, as I said, I tested this, everything works smoothly. Now if I made a video from that test, if somebody said, hey, I can't get it to work, I would think they are lying, because they'll think I did some chicanery. So I'm saying is I tested this live, as you guys saw, and this is that's why I didn't even bother downloading like a new version and everything, because I said that's exactly my setup, and I even saved a file previously and it did work. Now for some reason it doesn't work. I don't know what happened. Maybe something happened on my system. I probably did an update, because sometimes I write these articles up to a month before the video is created. Okay, I also have some other recommended resources. As I said, I'll come back to them. The first one is this one, The Algorithmic Serpent. It's a novelette. It's about an AI scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind. So he has to regain control of his mind with the AI system. You see the author, it's me, Editor Jumbo. This is it right here. This is the novelette. It's a psychological thriller. There's also an ebook version, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. My latest greatest one is The Algorithmic Serpent. My latest greatest is The Recession Business Blueprint. That's a guide to help you start a business. And that one is a full book, lots of pages, lots of tables. So it has all the information you need in order to start a business. For example, if you're lacking some skills, you're debating whether you should go back to school, the information in there will help you decide. And even if you decide to go back to school, there's several ways. For example, when I graduated from university, my first thought was to go back to university. Then I was like, hey, wait a minute. I don't need to go to a university. I can go, to maybe like a trade school or a specific thing. For example, somebody I know, what they did, they went to like a Better Business Bureau type of, what do you call it? Very condensed type of lesson thing. So I'm saying is there are a lot of options. So one of them might be the best for you. So that's what I'm trying to say. The Recession Business Blueprint will have all the information for you. No matter what type of business, it could be a passive income type business, it could be a hands-on type of business, it could be services, it could be goods-based. All that information to help you decide. For example, it could be a neighborhood type business. When I started my business, I want it to be neighborhood only. So my point is that no matter what type of business you have, the Recession Business Blueprint will help you in your journey. So you can pick it up. The best time to start a business is during a recession. Pick it up today. It's on Amazon. And also, for all my books, there's also ebook versions. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free or get it for free. So take advantage of that. All right. And then here's my bio. I'm a software engineer. I'm also an author, and my book page on Amazon. And if you need support, go to jumboservices.com for the consultation services or even tutorials. That's perfectly fine. And here it says it's build it yourself. You can get all the free plans on your jumboshop.com. Jumboshop.com, one more time, has pivoted from courses to DIY blueprints. The comment section here, you're free to use it. It says up 14 days after an article goes live. So basically, we talked about Blender today. We talked about Armory 3D. We talked about nodes and deploying to different platforms. Obviously desktop, mobile, web, and all that. So that's perfectly fine. That's what the comment section is for. And then the best way to contact me, if you need to contact me, is use the contact forms or jumbo.com/contact or jumboshop.com/contact or jumboservices.com/contact. And if you want to follow me, all the channels: Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Okay. And then what else is here? I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. I'm live streaming to all those channels, by the way, right now. I'm going to stop right here. So if you want to see what's upcoming, you simply go to jumbo.com. You can see we've just finished this game development Armory 3D. Tomorrow we're doing something fun, having your own streaming self-hosted one. And then after that, we are going to talk about my AMD Instinct MI60 and how we're going to test it in games, how we're doing gaming. And then after that, I'll show you how to upgrade to NetBeans 29. And then, no, just upgrade. We're gonna show you how you can also integrate the local AI. We're gonna use llama.cbp. Then after that, I'll show you another game engine, and that one's gonna be Castle Engine. Hopefully that one it will all be live as well. We hope we won't run into the same issues as we had today. All right, so with that, by the way, don't worry, there's a bunch of Raspberry Pi stuff I'm testing as well. So Raspberry Pi stuff is not going away. It will be here. Okay, it will be there. All right, so with that, in the live chat, I didn't see any live chat that were legitimate except for those spam from Kick. So with that said, I'll leave you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye now. Oh, I forgot, you should also subscribe. Oops, subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. Thank you very much, everybody subscribed for so far this month. Keep it up, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye now. Oh, I even forgot the outro. Yeah, what's wrong with me today? Jeez. You see? I'm not an AI. You see, I make mistakes. There you go. And things don't work out as you saw. All right. Okay, that's it now. Bye now. All right.